Everyone dreams of being a star, but these kids managed to really pull it off. From social media stars to kids with millions in the bank, you won't believe just how famous some of these children are. Now, let's check out stars who became famous before the age of 13. Loren Grey. If you've had an app called Musical.ly, now renamed as TikTok, you probably remember Loren Grey. Loren was only 12 years old when she made her Musical.ly account, and she quickly became one of the most popular musers. 24 million followers later, Loren has become known for her amazing cover songs. She definitely became an internet sensation, to the point where stars such as Millie Bobby Brown know who she is. In 2018, Loren officially took her Musical.ly career to the next level and signed with Virgin Records. Yep, that's right, she got an actual record deal. So you know we'll be hearing more from her in the next few years. This Musical.ly queen is also Insta-famous, and it's very clear that people love her. She's relatable, sweet, and an incredibly talented singer. Jojo Siwa. Next on our list is the one and only Jojo Siwa. The internet collectively freaked out in 2018 when they found out that Jojo is actually 15 years old. But let's be honest, this ball of energy became famous years ago. It all started on a show called Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, which eventually landed her a spot on Dance Moms. And Jojo was barely 10 years old then. Jojo with the Bobo was absolutely slaying every episode, and her wild personality quickly became a fan fave. She then got a YouTube channel and basically took over the Nickelodeon world. Her reported net worth stands at an impressive $8 million, and this kid just turned 15 in 2018. That's pretty impressive, right? Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown is most known for her role as Seven on the hit show Stranger Things. People have totally fallen in love with her. By the age of 13, Millie claimed success by winning a Primetime Emmy Award, which is pretty incredible. This talented youngster signed up for acting classes just to have something to do. She never realized they would help her become one of the most successful teens on the planet. Before Stranger Things, Millie appeared on Once Upon a Time, Modern Family, and Grey's Anatomy. But her performance as 11 really blew people away. Speaking of Millie, did you know that she's partially deaf? Allegedly, the directors have to talk very loudly on set so Millie can hear them. That definitely doesn't stop Millie from reaching to the stars. Chloe Grace Moretz. Chloe started gaining popularity after her role in The Amityville Horror. By the age of 12, Chloe was featured in Big Mama's House 2, 500 Days of Summer, and Desperate Housewives. Seriously, by the time she was 13, Chloe had an established acting career most people can only dream of. She even got to train with Jackie Chan's stunt crew and did most of her own stunts, which is pretty amazing. She was also crowned as the busiest young actress in Hollywood. Being exposed to so many roles taught Chloe to be outspoken about the mistreatment of women in Hollywood. She's a proud feminist who doesn't give in to the Hollywood stereotypes and standards of beauty. You go, girl! Mackenzie Foy. Most people know Mackenzie from Twilight. She was Edward and Bella's child, aka Renesmee. At the age of 4, Mackenzie started her career as a model and quickly progressed to acting. And since then, she's been keeping pretty busy. You can find her in The Conjuring, Interstellar, and plenty of more movies. In 2018, she also landed a lead role in the Nutcracker movie alongside Keira Knightley. Pretty good for a child vampire, right? Just kidding. It's clear Mackenzie did extremely well for herself since her Twilight days. Her reported net worth stands at an impressive $1 million, and we have a feeling it will only grow in a few years. We'll definitely see more of this talented actress. Willow Smith. Who could possibly forget about Willow Smith, who made us all whip our hair when she was just 10 years old? The song immediately transported her into the A-list Hall of Fame, where she resides with the rest of her family. But let's be honest, Willow was famous since she was born. It's all thanks to her mom and dad, Jada and Will Smith. Willow frequently talks about what it's like growing up in such a famous family, and according to her, it definitely comes with plenty of negative points. But Willow learned to express herself through her style and her music. Her net worth reportedly stands at an impressive $4 million, and we bet it will only increase as Willow releases more and more bops. Jaden Smith. And if we talk about Willow Smith, we also have to talk about Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith grew to popularity with the modern rendition of the Karate Kid movie, where he really showed his acting chops. He's basically Will Smith's mini-me. Since Karate Kid, Jaden's been pretty busy with his music career. He's also landed a spot on Time's list of most influential teens for the past couple of years. People are absolutely in love with his expressive fashion sense and ability to speak his mind and have really intellectual conversations. Honestly, if we could have a conversation with Jaden, we definitely would. Jaden's net worth reportedly stands at $8 million, which is a result of his role in The Pursuit of Happiness as well as Karate Kid. As of 2018, he's continuously releasing music and exploring more and more of his creative side. What a talented teen! Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning, Elle Fanning's sister, has been in the Hollywood limelight since she was little. You could see her in movies such as I Am Sam and Uptown Girls, where she starred next to iconic Brittany Murphy. As a child, Dakota was known for her bubbly and giggly interviews. She could pretty much charm anyone around her. You could also see her in Twilight, and she even got a small role in Friends. Pretty impressive for a teenager, right? As of 2018, Dakota is 24 years old, but she's been pretty much famous before she became 10 years old. Her net worth reportedly stands at an amazing $16 million. In November 2018, her acting resume showed that we'll be seeing a lot more from this talented actress in the next few years, and we honestly can't wait.
Do you see her anywhere?
Annie LeBlanc. If you follow a lot of YouTube vloggers, you probably came across Annie LeBlanc. Her family owns the popular YouTube channel called Britaly, which has millions of subscribers. The family uploads every single day, and Annie and her sister Haley are the stars of the show. Annie became popular after people started to take notice of her awesome gymnastics skill. But as her YouTube fame grew, she became an actress, and she even had a couple of #1 hits on iTunes. Annie was born in 2014, which means she barely turned 14 by 2018. And yes, this kid is pretty much one of the biggest internet stars ever. Do you like Annie when she was doing gymnastics more? Or do you prefer seeing her in LA filming shows? Come let us know in the comments. Danielle Bregoli. Let's move on to one of the most controversial teens that started off as a meme and eventually progressed to an actual music career. No one expected the Cash Me Outside girl to maintain her popularity over the years. Danielle was barely 13 when the internet turned her into an instant sensation. Since her appearance on Dr. Phil, Danielle managed to make a name for herself in just a couple of years. She's been releasing music that makes a lot of people bop their heads and dance to, so it's safe to say she's doing something right. Of course, she's still pretty much a wild child, but this kid seems to be doing a lot better than she was during her Dr. Phil days. And let's be honest, we can't wait to hear more of her music. Grace VanderWaal. Grace was 12 years old when she graced us with her presence on America's Got Talent. And her talent definitely made the entire America listen because Grace became an instant sensation. She won the show, and her sound is extremely unique, which is why so many people are interested in her music. Grace is extremely bubbly, playful, and incredibly talented. She kept her singing talent to herself, and her friends didn't even know about it until that iconic Golden Buzzer audition played before their eyes. This little cutie is super busy, but she still tries to be a normal kid. Her net worth reportedly stands at $2 million, which is absolutely amazing for someone who taught herself how to play the ukulele and won AGT because of it. Lindsay Lohan. But let's take it back to some old school kid actors you probably forgot about. If you were born in the 90s, the next few names are definitely for you. Lindsay Lohan was a child actress that became an instant star with the release of the popular Parent Trap movie. Honestly, she did an amazing job playing herself and her twin sister, and she was just 11 years old. A couple of years later, Lindsay released her first album and had plenty of more movie roles. But the one that really put her on the map was without a doubt Mean Girls. Unfortunately, it looks like Lindsay is no longer interested in a full-time acting career. But we have a feeling everyone still knows at least one quote from Mean Girls.
She was like,
how could
I'm
you
a
not?
pusher, Katie.
It was
I'm a
completely
pusher.
iconic. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. But if we talk about Lindsay Lohan, we also have to talk about these two. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen grew to popularity as toddlers on the hit show Full House, where they both played Michelle Tanner. The role enabled them to pretty much build their own empire. From TV shows to movies, the Olsen twins became a huge name in Hollywood. New York Minute was one of the last movies the girls have filmed before leaving Hollywood to build their fashion empire. They didn't even return for the Full House reboot, despite the fact that every original cast member came back to the show. These days, the twins live a much quieter life, completely dedicated to the world of fashion. But you have to admit that the Olsen twins were once one of the most popular toddlers around. Maddie Ziegler. If we mention Jojo Siwa, you know we have to talk about one of the most influential teens on the planet. Ever since starring in Dance Moms, Maddie Ziegler has been recognized as one of the most talented young dancers ever. Even Sia thought so, which is why she invited her to perform in her new iconic Chandelier music video. The video skyrocketed Maddie to fame, and she became a well-known face in the dance world as well as Hollywood. Nowadays, Maddie is pretty busy dancing, but she's also been a judge on So You Think You Can Dance. She toured with Sia, she's had a couple of movie roles, and she's overall living her best life. Her reported net worth is about $5 million, which is pretty awesome. We love Maddie, and we can't wait to see more of her dancing. Miley Cyrus. And last but not least, Miley Cyrus was one of the most popular child stars. She was just 11 years old when Hannah Montana first started. But guess what? She didn't even audition for Hannah at first. She auditioned for Lily. How crazy is that? She got the Hannah role because of her amazing singing skills, and it's safe to say that the rest is history. Miley went on to have a successful music career as well as plenty of controversies most kid actors have. But nowadays, she's back and she's still using her beautiful voice to make gorgeous songs. Although her family did admit that Hannah Montana changed their lives in not the most positive way, it's safe to say it turned Miley into an ultimate triple threat superstar. From acting, singing, to modeling, there's nothing this girl can't do. What do you think? Who's the biggest child star on our list? Who's your favorite? Who do you hate? Come tell us everything in the comments. And that's it for our video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.